Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you in Standard Ninth Geography class. Students, just imagine if you are alone in an unknown place and want to reach somewhere. No one is there to ask the location. So, in that situation, what you will do? Definitely, you'll put on your mobile GPS and you will follow the instructions given by GPS, that is turn left, turn right, go straight, etc. Right? So this GPS means what? It's a digital map, we can say. So what is map? A map is a representation or drawing of the earth surface or a part it drawn on flat surface according to a scale. So maps are an integral part of our life. We use these maps in our day-to-day life. Nowadays, we use lots of Google Maps to find out the location. So, main aim of map is that to show location of a place on a map, and it helps us to visit practically to that place. Now, this is India's map. Here on this map, we can show or we can tell the location of each place. So, here by looking at this map, I can easily say that Delhi is located in the northern part of India and Mumbai is located in western part of India. I never went practically to Jammu and Kashmir, but by map reading, I can say that it is in north and Assam is in east. So the main aim of map is to show location of a place and distribution of variables. Now, variables means what? Variables that provide information about characteristics of a place instead of just the location of that place. For example, rural and urban identifiers, which may have a number of classes from the most urban metropolitan centers to the most remote rural areas. Now, in statistical terms, variable is any characteristics, number, or a quantity that can be measured or counted. For example, business income and expenses, country's birth rate, capital expenditure, population, temperature, etc. Now you can see here three different maps. Each map is having its own theme. That's why they are called as a thematic map. Here each map is prepared by taking a special variable. Now here in the first map it is showing a variable of distribution of population. Second map is showing density of population. Density means what? Density of population is the number of the people living in a unit area of the earth's surface. It is normally expressed as per square kilometer. For example, a population of 100 people that live in an area of 100 square meter has a density of 1 person per square meter. Third map is the isopleth map. Third map is only showing about the rainfall. Now, this was all about map. Now let's study in detail about distribution of map in lesson number 1, distributional map. Now, to draw a distributional map, we need statistical data. It is very important. You cannot make a map without statistical data. Now, first of all, let's see what is distribution of map. It represents information for a specific subject, showing what the subject is, where it is, and how often it occurs. These maps can portray physical, social, political, cultural, economic, sociological, agriculture, or any other aspects of city, state, region, nation, etc. For example, if you want to make India's population density map, you need a statistical data, that is a population in each state of India. You cannot put any data randomly, otherwise it will be called as incorrect map. Now if we talk about distribution of maps, it can be shown in three different ways, that is three methods. First method is a dot method, second one is choropleth method, and third one is isopleth method. Now let's switch first to dot method. Now dot method is what? Dot method is prepared by using statistical data, and dot method is also prepared by using counting. The variables which we can count, for example the population, cattle population, crops, etc., we can make a map. Now can you make dot map for rainfall? Can we count raindrops, temperature or air pressure? It's impossible. So where counting can be done for that variable, you can use dot method. Next, in dot method it is very important is that the value has to be determined. Every dot has to be valued. For example, one dot is equal to 50,000. So here one dot representing 50,000 population. If in any particular area where we can see 10 dots, that means 10 into 50,000 is equal to 5 lakh. So 5 lakh is the population of that area. Now let's read this Amravati district map. Now here, what is the population of Amravati district? If you see the map carefully, there is a big circle and beside that Amravati is written. And if you match that circle with index, the value of the circle is 5 lakh. Now next we can say the name the place having a population of 1 lakh on the map. For C in index, with circle or a dot indicates 1 lakh. Then C, where you see that size of dot. So here we can see that 1 lakh dot is on Achalpur. Right. Now which part of the map shows sparse distribution of population? Sparse means very less. Now here in this map, where the dots are less, that area is sparse population area. So if you see carefully in the map, dots are less in northwestern part. So the answer will be northwestern part of map, which shows the sparse distribution of population. Now let's see the advantages of dot method. So first advantage of dot method is this method is better than any other methods of showing distribution because of its accuracy. The distribution of dots is similar to commodity shown by them. Next one is this is the best method for showing the absolute figures. And next, it provides a better visual effect, is more useful than the other methods of showing distribution. And the last advantage we can say is we can have an idea of the figures shown on the map by counting the dots. Now, as every coin has two sides, dot method also have some disadvantages. So first one is it requires a good deal of practice to draw dot method. Next is this is useful for absolute figures only. Next one is it loses much of its significance if the data are not available for small divisions of area. Okay students, now this was all about dot method. In the next video, we will study about choropleth method and isopleth method.